Hey guys, very weird video today. We're going to be responding to two different channels and they're both anti-science people who promote anti-mask and anti-vaccine rhetorics. Seriously, I honestly can't believe YouTube even allows this type of content. It's one thing to have free speech, but another to straight up promote ideas that could kill people. So there's this channel that uploads content of a man-child going around picking fights with people. No, that is not a joke. Each video he goes to a different grocery store or a mall or a gas station without a mask, and obviously an employee would come and ask him to put on a mask, which he then proceeds to fight them. Yeah, it's very cringe to watch how a grown 40-year-old man would yell at someone who doesn't even make the rules but only enforces them. We won't spend too much time on this since the second channel is the main part of the show.
Sir, you got a mask man in your mask?
Medical exemption.
You got a mask man?
No way.
I do.
6 feet apart.
Kevin!
California Civil Code 51B.
You're not welcome here.
I don't care. I'm sure tyrants don't welcome a free person. You can ask me to leave all you want. You can't trespass them with a medical exemption. You're
not following the rules of wearing a mask.
your rules are illegal.
It doesn't really matter.
It does matter. That's why I'm not following them. You can make up all your arbitrary illegal rules you want.
That's so rude. Why are you being so
You're rude with your mask.
Haha, got him! I'm rude, no you, with your mask. So yeah, let me make one thing clear. These rules are not illegal. Just because you think they should be illegal does not make them illegal. And if you don't follow the rules, these people have the right to kick you out. Honestly, props to the guy working at the grocery store for even keeping composure. After the second attempt, I would have called my manager, who then probably would have had to call the police. And yeah, as you expected, this guy has had the police called on him before in another video. Anyway, another thing I wanted to address was his claim about a medical exemption, and he also claims in other videos that he has a pre-existing medical condition. First, I doubt that, because in one of his recent videos, he claims to be doing a test to see if that can help him get away with not wearing a mask.
About to venture back into organic roots. I'm going to test out the theory that I've heard that they no longer require a mask if you have a medical exemption, which is what should be given anyway, since that's the law, but ignorance prevails.
So yeah, it looks to me like he doesn't have a medical condition that could cause difficulty breathing. But who knows, maybe he does. In that case, sure, you are exempt from wearing a mask. If you genuinely have something like asthma or COPD, I'm sure everyone can agree you don't need to wear a mask. That being said, you don't have to be a complete dick out of it. Just calmly explain to the other person that you cannot wear a mask. But of course you wouldn't do that because the purpose of your video here was to fight with other people, or in other words, being an asshole. Second of all, there are plenty of other options for people with pre-existing breathing conditions, such as face shields or facial covers. That's right, masks aren't the only options. If you have difficulty breathing, wear one of those alternatives. If none of those alternatives work for you or still cause the same problem, then okay, no one would blame you for not covering your mouth. But if you're just going around pretending you have a breathing condition, then that's not acceptable. It's kind of pointless for me to even mention this since you most likely don't have a condition.
It is
That's not even
$55. Step on my shoes. You guys are supporting a store that segregates against people with medical conditions. Get out of my way. You don't have the right. Fuck off. Touch me, bitch. Get the fuck off me. Get off me.
So yeah, he almost physically fights with some people. What a lovely gentleman. Never reproduce. I don't even know what they're fighting about to begin with, but listening very, very closely, I think it has something to do with the sales tax of whatever he's buying. Probably he paid $55 for something and didn't pay the tax that comes with it. So when the employees were like, that's not enough, he lost his shit and said they're discriminating against people with medical conditions. Sorry, but that's not it. They discriminate against assholes, as everyone should. Disclaimer, I don't know if that's what happened, but whatever did happen, I'm pretty sure this guy is in the wrong. It's funny because he went there to test if they now tolerate people with medical conditions not wearing a mask, but at the end he was like, darn, no one is scolding me, so he decided to start something else through another method. Amazing, 10 out of 10 content. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a man-child in action, who probably hasn't had his brain develop past the age of 7. We're going to stop watching his videos for now and move on to another channel equally as ridiculous. We've responded to her before in a previous video, and the other day I decided to check back to see what other nonsense she has been posting. And boy, do we have a lot of garbage.
You guys gotta see this. The government of Canada will be launching a Vaccine Community Innovation Challenge to support increased vaccine confidence in the population. Under this challenge, individuals or groups are invited to propose creative ideas for communications campaigns that will reach groups within their communities. And a grand prize of $100,000 will be awarded to the participant with the best campaign. So what does this mean exactly? It means the Canadian government will be distributing hundreds of thousands of your tax dollars to professional shills in order to manipulate you into getting the vaccine.
You know, I've always truly found the argument using your tax dollars to be incredibly stupid. It's just a propaganda method to make it feel more personal, as if they stole your money to pay for so-and-so. But anyway, it's not, quote, manipulation. I know you chose to use that word because it comes with harsher connotations, but rather it's, quote, convincing. And you have to convince others because some people are just too stupid to get the vaccine without any sort of push. And the less people there are that get the vaccine, the less effective herd immunity is. Convincing as many people as possible to get the vaccine is a good thing.
But wait, we haven't even gotten to the good part yet. To help interested participants prepare their proposals, as well as successful finalists to develop their campaigns, support will be provided by a behavioral insights team who will coach them on tactics of psychological and emotional manipulation.
Aren't you kind of being hypocritical here? The words you deliberately choose are manipulation, are they not? When you use phrases like using your tax dollars or emotional manipulation, that's manipulation. And the thing about language is that you can never really get away with that. Whatever word you choose, it comes with a connotation that makes your messages lean towards a particular direction. Just because people are taking advantage of that is not necessarily manipulation. And as we see later, it's not the word choices they teach you, which would be closer to the side of manipulation, but rather just what they tell you, all of which is true. We'll have a look.
The following are a few of the messages that they've proposed to increase uptake of the COVID-19 vaccine. Number 1, your loved ones need you. Get the COVID-19 vaccine to make sure you can be there for them. Helping loved ones tapped into people's desire to protect and support their friends and family. It made clear that vaccinating yourself can help your loved ones while being careful not to overstate the vaccine's power to reduce or eliminate transmission. In other words, lie. Tell them getting vaccinated will help protect their friends and family, even though the vaccine does absolutely nothing to eliminate or reduce transmission.
Okay, so first of all, that is a good argument for getting the vaccine. When you get the shot, you are less susceptible to getting the virus and transmitting it yourself, so you have a much lower chance of transmitting it to your friends and family. I'm gonna have to hard disagree with you saying that the vaccine does nothing to reduce transmission. Read the paragraph again. It literally says not to overstate the vaccine's power. Apparently, according to your reading comprehension skills, that means the vaccine has no power. Amazing how you can misread something like that. Surely this is considered manipulation to your audience. The paragraph is basically saying that it's important not to make absolute promises. The vaccine has been proven to be very effective, anywhere between 85 to 95% effectiveness for Pfizer and Moderna depending on the study. In other words, this paragraph is saying don't promise them 100% efficacy. When it comes to medicine and health, there are no absolutes. No vaccine provides 100% efficacy. No treatment is 100% effective. There's always a chance of failure, and the COVID vaccine is no exception. The practice of not overstating the effectiveness of a drug is something that everyone in the healthcare industry does. In conclusion, work on your English skills. So dumb how some people speak 0.8 languages. Can't even speak your own native language right.
Number 2, doctors and nurses have decided to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, they recommend that you do too. Talk to your doctor to find out more about why it's right for you. Approved by healthcare workers, used the credibility and authority of healthcare workers as trusted messengers. The message emphasized how most people have demonstrated confidence in the vaccine by taking it themselves. Translation: combine the appeal to authority fallacy with a little good old-fashioned monkey see, monkey do.
This is not an appeal to authority, it's leading by example. If you're going to tell people to do something, do it yourself first, and that will make it so. A, it will make you look more trustworthy, since that proves you genuinely believe in what you say. B, you won't be a hypocrite, and C, it's generally more convincing. And you know, I've heard this argument a lot when scientists are referred to in order to make a scientific point, and that's somehow an appeal to authority. First of all, this is an appeal to expert, not an appeal to authority. We address experts all the time in every field, not just in science. Second, in science we have to appeal to at least some sort of expertise. Unless you have a PhD in the field yourself, you're not educated enough to understand. That's where scientific consensus comes in. When you have thousands and thousands of scientists who agree on the same thing, then it's most likely true. And that's the case here when scientists tell you to get the vaccine. They understand how it works, they understand the data, they understand what it means in terms of herd immunity. You don't. Well, actually, it's not a difficult field to get a basic understanding of, but I assume your IQ is probably in the double digits, so for people like you, it's important to listen to experts.
Now for my personal favorite, getting lives back. Now we have the chance to return to the people and places we love. Let's get our lives back again. Sign up to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Getting lives back drew on the powerful motivation to return to the activities and people they are missing without promising that life will ever fully go back to normal. Let me repeat that for you.
Please don't. Unlike you, most people don't need to read a sentence twice and read it at a pace of a snail to understand it. I'm cutting this part out.
These lower than pond scum filthy ass motherfuckers plan to incentivize you with the promise of going back to normal when they're well aware that it's never going to happen.
Jesus Christ, you're so cringe. The paragraph says that some things can go back to normal, such as going outside without worry, visiting friends and family, holding large events, things like that. We can bring a lot of those back, but that doesn't mean that life will fully go back to normal. And the key word here is fully. Some things will go back to normal, but not everything. Because the truth of the matter is, COVID has had such an impact that it's going to stick around in the population forever. This point is also the same as the first. Don't overpromise, don't overstate anything, don't make absolute claims. But that doesn't mean we can't head in that direction. It's not just return to normal or never return to normal. We can bring some things back to normal, and the sooner we vaccinate everyone, the sooner we can move forward with that plan. That's it, everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.